Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here, and today I want to talk about Ghost of Tsushima and of course, more importantly, the upcoming Director's Cut and by extension the Iki Island expansion. This is a game that I am super looking forward to jumping back into. If you guys caught our coverage last year, our review, you know that I absolutely loved this game. It has shot up into one of my favourite games of all time, so the chance to jump back in is something I am incredibly excited about. So today I want to talk a little bit about what we can expect in this upcoming expansion. For those of you guys maybe that haven't been paying too much attention or following everything, they've of course shared some new information in interviews, so I thought I'd tie together all of that to give you an idea as to what to look forward to on August the 20th. Not that long. End of this month, we're going to get to jump back into the game and explore some new stuff. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are looking forward to this. But to begin with, as a quick sort of summary, for those of you guys maybe that haven't necessarily been keeping up to date on everything, then alongside the Director's Cut, which does of course come with some patches, some improvements, some PS5 functionality, we of course, the main focus here is the Iki Island expansion, allowing you to continue Jin's saga. Essentially, go into a new location, meeting new characters, taking on new enemies, lots of exciting stuff. To quote the PlayStation blog post, giving us a little insight into the story, it says that Jin's journey begins when he discovers that a mysterious Mongol tribe has gained a foothold on Iki. They are led by a revered shaman called Anksar Khatan, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and she's known to her followers as the Eagle. And as both a Khotun and a shaman, she is not only a conqueror of nations, but a shepherd of souls, and the danger that she presents to Jin and his people is unlike anything they've faced so far. It then goes on to say that the only way to counter this threat is for Jin to return to Iki Island. He's been there once before, and in confronting a new and dangerous enemy, he'll be forced to face old fears and unearth deeply buried traumas. As you explore the new island and battle new threats, you'll also delve into the dark past of the Sakai clan. It says that their semi-fictional version of Iki Island provides a stark contrast to Tsushima. It is a wild, lawless land of raiders and criminals, scarred by memories of war and fiercely independent. The samurai have not been in control there for decades. Skilled though he is, Jin can't take on the Mongols alone, so again he'll have to work with or around a selection of unsavory characters to take the fight to the Eagle. The cost of failure is too high. If the Eagle and her tribe are able to subdue Iki and muster the support of its people, Tsushima and the rest of Japan will be in grave danger. The stories that you find on Tsushima are of course filled with action and adventure, and that is also going to be true for Iki Island. In the fight to save Iki, Jin will encounter pirates and smugglers, mad monks and haunted caves. There'll be new legends to hear and new techniques to learn, so Jin will have to bring all of his skills. So as you can see, an expansion to the story, a new place to explore, and lots of things to look forward to. But what does that actually look like in content? Well, as a kind of quick breakdown, if you're trying to get a gauge for how long this will last you, they've said that the expansion, Iki Island, is going to be similar in length to the first act of the original game. So if you remember the original game, it was kind of broken down into those three acts. You start in the big bottom portion of the island, then you work up your way to the middle of it, and then you work to the very top. And depending on how fast you played it, if you just did the golden line and you just did all the missions, the first act can take you around, 12, 15 hours. Meanwhile, if you went around and did all of the side missions, you did all of the kind of collectibles, you went looking absolutely everywhere, you could easily have spent 30 hours in that first area. So I think it's fair to say that if you, narratively speaking, if you were to just focus on the story, Iki's probably going to give you, somewhere in the realms of 12 to 15 hours. Meanwhile, if you explore everything, which let's be honest, in a game like this, you like to do, because Sucker Punch do a fantastic job of making the world somewhere you want to explore, then it's fair to say we're going to get quite a lot out of this game. They said there'll be new skills and abilities, there'll be new enemy types and new abilities, there'll be horse armor, and of course you can then travel back and forth at a certain point in the game, and it will also have full 3D audio support and DualShock support as well. So the next question is, when can you access it? Well, for a lot of us, I'm sure we have already completed the game. However, I know there are some people that have been waiting to play it anyway. So the Iki Island expansion will actually be accessible to players at the beginning of the main story's second act. So you will have to have completed the first act in order to get this. So obviously if you completed the game, then you jump straight in. If you're playing this for the first time, you will need to play some of the base game first before you can go there. But the interesting thing about this one is they said, depending on, of course, when you jump in, at whichever point you decide to sail off the island, they are making sure that the game and the expansion will provide an appropriate challenge. So whether you go there right at the beginning of Act 2, or you go there at the end of the game, a challenge will still be presented because they're scaling the difficulty for that. They actually went on to say that if you've already gone all the way to the end of the game, it's not like it's going to be a breeze, it's still going to have a challenge for you, which is important considering the way that they've implemented this. Now, of course, one of the cool things about Tsushima were the mythic tales, these kind of awesome quests you could go on, these very kind of cool mystical stories that often led to cool pieces of gear or abilities. They said that mythic tales will be returning, but they also said they're a secret, so that's literally all you've got. Yes, there'll be new mythic tales. What are they? You're going to have to find out. What about new weapons though? Well, interestingly, while there will not be new weapons, there will of course be other stuff to look forward to. They said that they're of course building on what's already there. So while there are no new weapons or stances in this upgrade, they said there are a good new number of armors, and in particular skills that you can find that really change the way that you play the game. They said they wanted to lean more so on the idea that the player expression, particularly through combat, is one of the things that makes the game very much your own. So whether you want to be a ranged player, a sneaky player, or just straight up let's fight sword to sword, they want to give people more options there. So new armor, new skills, things like that, but weapon-wise, you'll still be using the same things. Now, one thing that I'm super looking forward to, of course, for any of you guys that spent time exploring the world, you will know it is a fantastic place, and there are, of course, the creatures to follow and interact with. They've now got new animal sanctuaries. They said that you can find animal sanctuaries across Iki Island, where you can play soothing melodies with your flute to tame various animals. And more importantly, let's be honest, this is the most important thing. Once you've calmed the animals, Jin can then return and pet the animals as often as you like. One example of this is cats. Another one is deers. And saving the best till last, monkeys. You can go around, pet the monkeys, make them your friends. This alone is a reason to play the game. However, on top of that, of course, for those of you guys that enjoyed Legends, the awesome PvE mode they added afterwards, which kind of ended and culminated in a big raid, which was a fantastic new addition that was free as well. They said they will also be expanding on that. They said that finally, for the Legends fans, they'll be releasing some new updates, including an all-new mode that they're excited to detail in the weeks to come. And again, that'll come at no additional charge. So basically, expanding the story, expanding Legends, expanding every aspect of the game, there's a lot to look forward to. But for the time being, those are a few things that I wanted to sort of touch on. For those of you guys wondering what you have to look forward to in the coming weeks, then that is definitely something to put on your radar. We will of course be diving into it ourselves and covering it on the channel much like we did when the game first came out. So if you guys want to see the new stuff, then make sure you keep it locked. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. If you want to catch more from us at HyperX Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.